Hello guys, I am a firm believer that you can learn to ride a motorcycle in less than a day if you commit to it. Traffic laws and regulations aside, of course, I have no idea what laws and stuff you need to follow. That can take you a longer time. I'm not talking about that. Let's just get into the riding. Just learning to ride. Just the controlling of the bike. So before you even step on the bike, this is the easiest thing to start with. Lift it up. Just roll it a little. Just walk around with it a little. Just get a feel for it, that it won't kill you. And when you have that, I'm going to keep walking and see if the cameraman can spin along here. And when you've walked with it for a while, you kind of learn that it works out. So after you just gotten the feel of the overall weight, all you do is you hop on. And once you're on, there are a few steps that you need to check. Come here. You begin by just twisting the key and making sure that you're in neutral. Some of them will say if you're neutral by having the little light. If they don't have the light, if you hold nothing and you can roll, it means you're in neutral.
Do that one more time. I think they have to see it. Ah, yes, Daddy. Wow.
No! Everything here in the cockpit that you need to know about is your clutch, which lets you switch gear and drive around. Front brake. And if you look, come here down here. This is your... I was going to say back brake, but this is actually where you switch gears. I accidentally went into first. So one down, the rest of them is up. And neutral is somewhere in between, don't worry about that. This is your back brake on the right side. Alright, so with all of that technical nonsense out of the way, when you actually want to start riding, you step up like this and take your time, get comfortable. You can do a little bounce. You can waddle a little with it if you want to. Do whatever you need before starting it to feel comfortable that you can maneuver it. You can actually maneuver it quite a lot when you're standing once you get confident. It's not too bad. So once you've actually gotten ready, it's time to start the bike and go into first gear. This is the scary part, but once you've done this, it's easy. Danofina is going to get deaf now. So you switch into first gear. You can do that often without starting the bike. If you don't get into gear, just roll a little. Keep the clutch in. You keep this tight, and then you start the bike. Once the bike is on, you want to find the dragläge. Don't know what it's called in English, but you start slowly take out the clutch until you roll and stop. As soon as you feel a tiny bit of roll, you stop. Oh, stop. And now you do the same thing after getting comfortable. You start taking it a little more so that you roll, and then you take this side and brake and pull in the clutch, okay? So you don't add gas. You release the clutch and you pull the brake in. You release the clutch and you pull the brake in. So what we were doing was pulling in the clutch so the bike didn't go anywhere, releasing it until it started rolling, and then pulling it in to stop rolling. After that, we did the same thing again, where we rolled out, but once we were rolling, we pulled it in and we added some brake to make sure we felt comfortable with the brake. And now, to feel even more comfortable with the brake, you should stand up on your toes, walk a little bit forward until you start rolling, and then brake. You can even lift your foot a little. It's fine. One more time now, so Danofina can get this. You get a little speed, lift your feet a little, and brake. It's okay to still tippy-tap on one of them. Just get a feel of it kind of rolling, so you're comfortable braking.
Oh. Lights out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, cameraman. Now we're gonna have to start the bike again. I know Danofina has not been looking forward to this. This time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up straight. Kind of imagine that you're sitting on a stool with no back support. So you sit up straight, you have your arms on the handles, not hard, they're just hanging there, taking it easy. You get your knees up here on the pegs. You squeeze them to the tank like it's your wife. I don't know. And what you want to do then is look far ahead. Just look straight ahead. And you're going to do the same thing with the clutch, but you're not going to apply the brake. And I want to make this specifically, very specific. You don't, no gas. No gas. You don't even touch this. If you want to, you can even hold the brake lever instead. I wouldn't recommend that, but some people apparently learn better than that. But you should hold here and not pull down at all. So with the bike on, you pull out You sit up straight like a good boy and you roll. And as soon as you start losing balance, brake and hit your legs down. No regrets. You brake, you hit your legs down. Now when you've done all of those things, you need to learn how to turn your bike. You can still learn that without any gas. We're still not using any gas. Last time you were sitting like this. You're gonna sit like this again, but when you want to turn, you're gonna move your head to where your turn is ending. And I'm gonna show this on foot. I want to turn towards you guys. That's where I want to go with my bike right now. So I'm coming up to the corner and I stare straight at you. I haven't started turning at all. I'm looking at you and I let the bike take me in that direction. And now I'm gonna show it with the bike and make Danofina deaf once again. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm going. I'm turning my head and oh my god, my bike is rolling. And you saw I got a lot of speed, so I pulled in the clutch. And what I've just taught you is actually all you need to know. Believe it or not, those simple steps with looking far ahead and making sure you look where you want to go is everything you need to know. Looking in the mirrors, where are you positioning and stuff, that's different. But this is all you need to know. And you might be like, but Danof, how is it like when I add gas? Easier. When you learn to do this without gas, adding gas only makes it easier because it stabilizes the bike. So all you need to know when you actually start adding gas is you get to the speed you want to go and you have consistent gas. If you take a corner like you're turning right here, you don't add gas, you don't remove gas. You just hold consistent gas when riding. There's many techniques when you get good, but just learning to ride, just hold consistent gas and you will get everywhere you need. I will show you once, to not scare everyone here, how you do it with gas, and it's gonna look the same, and then you'll know. When it comes to adding gas, you release the clutch just like you did before, until you start rolling, and then you add a little gas, and you're going. And you're going. And you can remove this hand. You don't even have to use it anymore. So I'm gonna release some clutch, get rolling, add the gas. I release clutch more and more, and oh, no more clutch. And I have gas, and I need to add a little, and oh, it's going too fast. Clutch in. And you can roll. As long as you're in low speeds, you can always do that. And that is actually all you need to know. I know this tutorial might seem very basic, and that's because it is. This is technically all you need to know. If you grind this for a day, you can learn to ride a motorcycle in less than a day. I learned to drive a motorcycle in 8 active hours of training, I would say, roughly around that point. Because you learn to control the bike with the clutch, and after you learn to do that, adding gas is very natural. It feels very natural, and as long as you train with a little gas and you don't, you will be fine. And that is my tutorial. And if you're like, but are you not missing a million stuffs? Yes, I am. And that's why this video is so short. So if you feel like I'm missing something, that's what you look up. You don't have to look up anything. You don't have to watch the 2 hours videos on this. You watch this, whatever you feel is missing, you look that up. I have a whole video on this that I think is like 25 minutes. If you want to watch that, I wouldn't. But it's there.
Turn off the video. We're done. Turn it off. We're done.
As you can see, my fiance has already learned, and she's doing very well, guys. I forgot to say that you have to be at the steering, but other than that, she's actually doing it perfectly if you wouldn't think about the steering part.
And a special thank you to CS Melle, Ein Wildes Kanickel, and Sof Schuh.